All right, so I am quickly running out of daylight, so I thought I would do my best to try to use what little daylight I have left to try to get caught up on where we're at so far with the trip. I'm here in San Diego for phase 1 of HSCT for my multiple sclerosis. Day 1 was basically travel, a whole bunch of packing, getting ready, leaving Pasco, layover in Seattle, then got to San Diego, got the rental car, and then got here to extended stay. Nothing really exciting about the first day, pretty much just getting here. Yesterday I had a few appointments. Look at my notes here. So the appointments I had, labs first. They took 7 vials and did a urine sample. After that was a chest x-ray. I had a recent cold, so they wanted to make sure that there wasn't any lingering symptoms, nothing going on with my lungs or anything like that. It never really manifested into any mucus or coughing, but they wanted to double check anyways, just to be sure. What I thought was interesting when I was looking at the results from the x-ray, they actually examined an old fracture that I had from years ago to see if that changed. It was a rib fracture, and they made a note that they looked at it and everything was still the same, nothing changed. So I thought that was interesting. They're very thorough. Let's see, after that I had an office visit with the doctor and transplant coordinator. Transplant coordinator. Okay. Yes. We talked about the risks, bleeding, to just make sure that I don't ignore it. Bleeding, risk of bleeding is what they're talking about. So one of the medications that they give you with the HSCT, your platelets can drop really fast. And so if you start bruising really easy, or you're flossing or brushing your teeth or something, and you start bleeding more easily than normal, they want you to get your blood checked really quick, because they don't want you to have a brain bleed and have something really bad happen that could be avoidable. Because if this bleeding thing happens, it's very easily reversible if they know that it's happening. So that was one thing that they really touch on. I signed a couple consent forms. They asked if I had any other questions. Basically just give me a chance to ask questions and go over final details before we actually get started. So that was yesterday. After that, my stepmom and I, we went to Dollar Tree and Walmart, got some cheap meals. We picked up Tylenol. Not allowed to take ibuprofen, but Tylenol's okay. Colace, because of the meds. Colace is a stool softener. So with all the meds, that might be a problem. I didn't pick up any Miralax because I figure if I don't need it, I don't want to go buy it. I figure if it ends up being a problem, I'll go buy it then. Then they recommended Zyrtec or Sertrazine or Zyrtec or Claritin. Either one is fine, I guess. I guess if you take it at night, it can potentially help with the filgrastim shots, because some people say that the shots can make their bones ache. It's from the filgrastim shots make your body produce more stem cells in your bone marrow, and it also helps to mobilize the stem cells from the bone marrow into the bloodstream, so that when it comes time to collect them, you have a lot of them and they're where they need to be, so that they can get them. I did watch somebody who went through a myeloablative procedure in Europe, I think, and it was kind of a day by day thing, kind of like what I'm trying to do right now, but over in Europe, I believe, is where he had his done. And the port that they had was like this huge thing sticking out of his chest. If you come to California and you're doing the non-myeloablative procedure, that's not what you're going to have. Maybe for some people, but they told me that's not what I'm going to be having. So mine is, it reminds me of donating plasma in a way. But from what I understand, and I'll explain this later when I actually go through it, but it's just going to be IVs in the arms. It sounds like it goes out one arm, goes through the machine, and then comes back in your other arm to collect the stem cells. But I haven't done it yet. I'll let you know for sure when I get there. Let's see what else. So we went to the stores, Tylenol, Colace. I just got generic Zyrtec. I got Jolly Ranchers and Gatorade, just in case there's any bad taste to any of the medications. And then my mom and I went to the aquarium. We did something fun yesterday. I figure I might feel like not so great for the next 2 weeks, so I figured we'd try to get some fun stuff out of the way. Let's see, 6 minutes so far. All right, let's go over today too, just so that everything's kind of up to date. I would like to do this like one video each day just to stay on track and stay up to date. So anybody who's following it, and they get new videos every day, and that way I don't slack and fall behind and forget any details too. Today was our, let's see, we got in here and then yesterday was labs. So technically today was our third day in San Diego. Today was just the MRI. I was supposed to get an MRI of my brain and spinal cord, but my insurance approved the brain MRI but denied the spine MRI. So with my MS, most of my lesions are in my brain and brainstem. To my knowledge, I haven't had any lesions in my spine, so they're okay with waiting until after I start the chemo and all that and do that MRI later. But the brain MRI was important to get an accurate baseline of where I'm at now. When I was diagnosed with like 25 to 30 lesions, and then since then I accumulated more, so I'm probably around 35-ish, I think. They haven't given me an exact count, but I didn't get any results from today. They used the T3 machine, which is supposed to pick up a lot more specific details. So we'll see what they find. Let's see. I did notice the T3 machine is a little bit louder than a normal MRI, so I thought that was kind of interesting. But it all sounds the same banging, same process. It did with and without contrast. But yeah, that was pretty much it. Still waiting to get results back on that MRI to see if there's anything new or enhancing. Hopefully that'll come through soon, because tomorrow is chemo day. So I'm not really looking forward to that, but you know, it's part of the thing, so we got to do it, right? So tonight I'll pack a backpack. I'm just staying there overnight. I gotta be there at about 10 a.m. So I'll wake up, shower, get everything squared away, and then I'll drive over there, get admitted. I guess they try to keep us in the hospital for as little time as possible. I don't really know what to expect with that, but we'll see, and I'll let you guys know tomorrow. I'll make a video, and I'll have to ask and see if they'll let me show around the hospital and the room and stuff. I don't know if that's okay or not, but as soon as I know more, I will let you guys know. So as of right now, you're up to date. Anyways, to anybody who's helped with donating and helping us get this far, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Sorry, there's just some random animal running alongside of my car. But yeah, thank you to everybody who's helped us get here. Here's to stopping MS in its tracks. Thanks, guys.